Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, we'll be discussing the introduction phase of financial statements of not-for-profit organization chapter. So when we speak about not-for-profit organization, we basically need to understand that these are those organizations which are actually existing for the public cause, or it may be for the social cause. So basically there are certain organizations who work like a public exhibition cause, or maybe certain organizations that work with a willingness to work for the social cause or social public. And that is the reason these organizations also have certain financial statements, because they get certain money, or rather the amount of money that they receive, maybe in the kind of donations or grants, etc., or any kind of membership fees or entrance fees, anything like that related to it. So this entity works only for the profit cause of the public and not for the profit cause of the organization. That means unlike any other company who is willing to make profit for the company and not for the actual people, or rather we can say end users, here the beneficial persons are the end users, because whatever this organization is bringing up is for the benefit of the end user without any cost bearing to it. That means it may be a charitable trust, it may be a temple, it may be a church, it may be a free government medical, it may be any kind of free government institution which is running right now, and all of those institutions, they fall under this category of not for profit organization. So we have jotted down certain points for you. Let's read it out. Now, the first point that refers to not for profit organization is that these are legal and accounting entity that are based or established for the benefit of the society. That means any charitable trust, any temple, any medical, any government institution, all these things are legal and accounting entities. Accounting is the reason because there are certain funds that come in the form of donations or fees or any other thing, or there are certain grants that are given to them by the government itself. Now all these things require certain financial statements, and that's the only reason why they have financial statements in the first place. So these are legal and accounting entity. The main reason for the establishment of these entities is for the social cause, or rather the benefit of the public here. Certain examples of this can be mentioned as public hospitals, public educational institutions. Now under public educational institutions, it may be like government schools, BMC schools, or any other schools that are available with us, which run under the guarantee, or rather the category of first the central government, next the state government, etc. So anything that works under that category comes under these kind of things. One thing is known as public welfare department, PWD officers, or PWD department, or anything that is related to that is also a part of this specific not-for-profit organization. Now in this not-for-profit organization, we don't prepare profit and loss account, we prepare receipts and payments account, and the next account that we prepare here is income and expenditure account. Now this is done to show the periodic performance. Now whenever we speak about periodic performance, this is basically referred to the kind of performance the organization is doing. It doesn't mean how much profit that is coming in, or how much profit or loss the company is bearing or the organization is bearing. The only periodic performance they want to check is how much expenses are happening, and on that basis how much income is coming in. Income in terms of the donations, income in terms of the grants that they're receiving, that is only comparable with the kind of expenditure that is happening. So it will be at, or rather it should be at equivalent level, so that in such a case whatever amount they're getting as income can be utilized for the expenditures of the public itself, and if there's any higher amount that is coming as an income, that can be reserved for the near future usage of expenditures itself. There is nothing that can be withdrawn or that can be put up as shares here. Hence, this is a specifically not for profit entity. Now, the income and expenditure account that we prepare here, apart from the receipts and payment, this income and expenditure account is equivalent to the profit and loss account. Here, when we mention that this profit and loss account, the reason why profit and loss account is not prepared is because we have income and expenditure statement here, and that income and expenditure statement exactly gives the same kind of comparability ratios, or rather we can talk about the picture as it would give for a organized business which is running behind the profit, or rather an organized business established to earn profit. Just like that, in a similar case, if you have an organization which is not running for the profit of the organization, then in that case, you need to have certain statement at least that will show what exactly is the income, what exactly is the expenditure, and that's the reason, or that is the basic reason why income and expenditure is prepared in the first case. Now, the last point in the introduction phase is that anytime or at any phase, if you figure out that there is excess of expenditure over income, then that is called as deficit. That means in such a case, that specific government organization or that specific public organization is bearing certain deficit here, and that has to be covered up in near future. So that won't be termed as loss as compared to any other organized business which is running behind the profit here. So that won't be termed as loss, that will be termed as deficit. So that much of deficit has to be reached up or leveled up so that the organization can run at an equilibrium pace here. Hence, this specific excess, or rather this specific excess of expenditure over income, is termed as deficit here. So this is all what we had when it comes to introduction to the features, or rather introduction to the financial statements of not-for-profit organization. In the next few videos, we'll be understanding the video concepts, or rather the concepts and the terminologies related to the specific chapter itself. So thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned with Ekeeda and keep subscribing to Ekeeda.